Hi everyone. Greetings from my channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Did Hannah Wisman's marriage re-establish her membership in the Institute of Basic Life Principles, or could Jeremiah Duggar have married her without upholding his parents' faith? Fans often ask about their marriage, their religious beliefs, and other personal issues. You should stay if you want to learn more about this. The Institute of Basic Life Principles, or IBLP as it is more commonly known, is associated with the Duggar family. One of the people the Duggar knows is introducing the Bates family, who are IBLP members as well. Even Hannah's family members were involved with the IBLP at one point, but it seems that they have since severed their connections. What specifically happened during Jeremiah Duggar and Hannah Wisman's marriage? Recently, a fan of the Duggar Bates Instagram account admitted to wondering about Hannah and Jeremiah's religious beliefs. One of the supporters has pointed out that the Wismans have previously left the IBLP. Their daughter Hannah seems to have gotten married again, fairly lately inside the religion. However, it seems that most Duggar spouses have the same religious beliefs. However, depending on their respective religious beliefs, this can vary from pair to pair. However, one advocate asserts that Jeremiah Duggar might have been the one to abandon his religion in order to marry Hannah. One fan and supporter speculates that perhaps Jer has left and they will be pursuing their own religious interests. However, a number of viewers are baffled as to why Hannah's family may approve of her rejoining the IBLP after a divorce. It is difficult for them to accept that Jeremiah could have compromised the values that his family cherished. Many individuals were left bitter about him on both sides, not necessarily because of the views of a single supporter. They may have no issue with their daughter marrying into that family since they genuinely believe it. Neither Jeremiah's departure from the IBLP nor Hannah's return to the group have been confirmed. Their adherents, but believe that the couple's religious views changed as a result of their marriage. The Duggar family may not have much to say about this because of their present seclusion. For now, fans can only speculate. The Duggar family has long been embroiled in controversy due to their radical religious beliefs and the challenges they have faced as public figures. They are well known for their appearances on the reality show 19 Kids and Counting. Generally speaking, Jeremiah, being one of the more private members of the Duggar family, Duggar has shunned the spotlight. His recent decision to marry Hannah Wisman has stoked speculation about his affiliation with the Duggar family's religious organization, the IBLP Institute in Basic Life Principles. Was Jeremiah Duggar's departure from IBLP due to Hannah Wisman? Despite the fact that neither of them has discussed it in public, there have been some intriguing hints regarding when they would get married and the Duggar family's connections to the IBLP. Affirmly, the Duggar family's IBLP cooperation has a religious foundation. In the 1960s, Bill Gothard founded the IBLP. The Duggar family is well recognized for being associated with this Christian organization, which emphasizes a literal interpretation of Christian teachings. The family has been transparent about their involvement in the IBLP, and the group's beliefs have influenced many aspects of their public image, including their dating and parenting styles. The Duggars' private and public lives. Their commitment to IBLP principles has had a significant influence on lives. This includes their adherence to homeschooling, their beliefs regarding gender roles, relationships, and modesty, as well as their avoidance of secular influences. Jeremiah is one of many children who have continued the family heritage of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, who have long been outspoken supporters of the Independent Baptist Layout Plan, or IBLP. The IBLP's rigorous laws and teachings, according to some, are detrimental, particularly when it comes to topics such as women's status, dating traditions, and family interactions. Nonetheless, the Duggar family continued to place a great value on these values, which emphasized obedience, humility, and strict gender norms. However, some people are questioning whether the Duggars are truly as committed to the IBLP as they were when they were younger, now that the kids are grown up and beginning families of their own. We now focus on Jeremiah Duggar, who recently married Hannah Wisman. Examining the relationship between Jeremiah Duggar and IBLP. Like many of his siblings, Jeremiah Duggar was raised with a firm belief in the IBLP doctrines. He appeared to have continued his engagement with the IBLP's teachings and the family's religious activities throughout his childhood. However, it was evident that as Jeremiah grew older, his opinions and choices began to shift, particularly with regard to his romantic relationships. A lot of people are interested in Jeremiah and Hannah Wiseman's relationship. The Wisemans are doing well, just like the Duggars, renowned for their traditional Christian views. Furthermore, the nature of Jeremiah and Hannah's relationship was clearly modeled after an IBLP courtship. During the highly regulated and monitored courtship phase, the IBLP places a high value on family involvement and purity. Jeremiah and Hannah made it a point to openly declare their commitment to these values even during their relationship. Some people have questioned when they began dating and when they got married. The Duggars haven't concealed anything about their commitment to the IBLP tenets. However, there have been indications that Jeremiah's viewpoint is evolving. Given his growing independence within the framework of his family's close-knit, IBLP-influenced lifestyle, many interpret his marriage to Hannah Wiseman as an indication that he is drifting away from the IBLP. Many viewed Jeremiah's wedding as a turning point, both supporters and critics alike. Jeremiah was allegedly defying the IBLP because the couple decided to get married outside of the traditional Duggar model of courtship, which frequently involved family guidance and consent. After quitting IBLP, did Jeremiah Duggar actually wed Hannah Wiseman? There has been a lot of discussion over this. The existing quo is being challenged by Hannah Wiseman's marriage. The media became aware of Jeremiah Duggar and Hannah Wiseman's connection when they began to appear together in public more frequently. News of the Duggar family's romance and engagement traveled quickly since so many people were interested in them. However, the fact that they got married in 2022 intrigued a lot of people. It appears that the wedding of the couple completely altered Jeremiah's opinions and family dynamics. Many supporters of the Duggar family had observed that in the months leading up to the wedding, Jeremiah had been more vocal about his personal opinions, especially with reference to his family's religious beliefs. His Instagram posts started to focus more on personal subjects and less on lessons related to IBLP. According to some theories, Jeremiah is starting to question the rigid framework of the IBLP's doctrines, particularly those pertaining to relationships and families. The Duggars have adopted a more liberal stance on issues of faith and relationships, whereas Hannah Wiseman's family has traditionally held a more conventional Christian stance. Some have hypothesized that Hannah's actions may have caused Jeremiah to re-evaluate his family's membership in IBLP and perhaps even consider quitting the group. A more independent outlook on her faith. Remember that neither Jeremiah nor Hannah have publicly announced their intention to leave the IBLP. Many believe that Jeremiah has severed his relationship with the group because of his wife's independent and vocal marriage style and because they disapproved of the Duggars' extremely structured courtship program. The Duggars. What does this represent? A significant development for the Duggar clan would be Jeremiah Duggar's alleged split from the IBLP to wed Hannah Wiseman. The IBLP was vital in shaping the family's values and reputation. Any departure from the widely held belief that the Duggar children are fervent adherents of the IBLP philosophy would be perceived as a break with tradition. If one of Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar's children chooses to quit the IBLP, they may be in for a challenging time. They have always placed a high priority on their faith and the principles that the IBLP teaches. It might have an impact on the family's relationship and reputation in the future. With the IBLP, it's interesting to observe how some of the Duggar children have stayed closer to the IBLP while others have gone their separate ways, even if their kids start to stray from these lessons. Use Jill Duggar as an illustration. She has expressed rather openly her desire to distance herself from the extremist values of her parents and the IBLP. Jeremiah's continued behavior will serve as yet another illustration of how the Duggar family's viewpoint on the IBLP and its effects on their lives is evolving.